Hello, welcome to V News, and here are the headlines.
Lao parties and state leaders continue activities as part of his official visit to Vietnam. Legislative leader received Vice Chairman of Russian State Duma. Meeting marks 50 years of Agent Orange catastrophe in Vietnam. Sand painting featuring the life of General Võ Nguyên Giáp on display in Ho Chi Minh City.
As part of his ongoing visit to Vietnam, Lao Party General Secretary and State President Tum Mali Sayason visited the Ho Chi Minh National Academy of Politics and Public Administration in Hanoi on August 9.
Talking with the Academy's lecturer and student, the Lao leader said that Laos will do its best to join Vietnam in preserving and upholding the special relations and comprehensive cooperation between the two countries. Earlier, he led a wreath at the Monument of Heroes and Martyrs and paid tribute to President Ho Chi Minh at his mausoleum. The same day, he also paid a courtesy visit to former Party General Secretary Do Mười, who expressed belief that under the leadership of the Lao People Revolutionary Party, Laos will see further development in all fields. The Lao leader reaffirmed Laos' consistency policy of attaching importance to developing the friendship and cooperation between the two countries, considering it a role of development and decisive factor for the success of the revolutionary cause in each country.
National Assembly Chairman Nguyễn Sinh Hùng met with Vice Chairman of Russian State Duma, Menikov Ivan Ivanovich, in Hanoi on August 9.
Chairman Hùng said he was pleased with 5 developments in the traditional friendship, strategic partnership and comprehensive cooperation between Vietnam and Russia. He spoke highly of the two countries' move to implement numerous cooperation agreements and projects, especially in oil and gas sector. He also expressed he wished that the exchange of delegations between the Vietnamese and Russian parliaments will make practical contributions to lawmaking and strengthening mutual understanding. Duma Vice Chairman Menikov Ivan Ivanovich congratulated Vietnam on the success of the first section of the 13th National Assembly. He said Russia is ready to share experience with Vietnam in managing public assets, drawing up legal documents and boosting judicial reforms.
The Vietnam Association of Victims of Agent Orange Dioxin held a meeting in Hanoi on August 10th to mark 50 years of the Agent Orange catastrophe in Vietnam.
On August 10, 1961, the U.S. troops conducted their first flights, spraying the toxic chemicals over southern Vietnam, causing the most horrible catastrophe in the history of mankind. Around 4.8 million Vietnamese were exposed to Agent Orange dioxide, of whom 3 million are suffering health problems due to exposure. Speaking at the event, Vice State President Nguyễn Thị Doan affirmed that Agent Orange pain is a common pain in the Vietnamese people and progressive humankind in the world. She called on governments, international organizations, and all people worldwide to continue joining hands to ease pains for Agent Orange victims in Vietnam in particular and in the world in general.
Meanwhile, an international conference of victims of Agent Orange dioxin on August 9th appealed to the people to join hands to support Agent Orange victims in the world, particularly Vietnamese victims.
The appeal said the use of Agent Orange during the war in Vietnam is a war crime and a crime against humanity. The consequences of those actions may impact on many generations. It called on progressive and peace-loving people to engage in practical actions to support the victims, especially Vietnamese victims. The appeal asked the U.S. government and other governments that allowed the use of Agent Orange substances in Vietnam during the war to take responsibility and assert more efforts with the Vietnamese government and people to solve the consequences of Agent Orange in Vietnam. Delegates to the conference signed an appeal and promised to try their best to disseminate it to a large number of people in the world to support Agent Orange victims.
Most people would be reluctant to walk more than 1,500 kilometers. But for 500 volunteers, it was the least they could do to raise funds for the Agent Orange victims and publicize environment and social issues.
On August 9th, the volunteers joining the Green Journey project arrived in Ho Chi Minh City, the last stop in the journey from Sen Village, President Ho Chi Minh's hometown in central Nghệ An province, to Nha Rong Wharf in Ho Chi Minh City, the port from which he left Vietnam to seek ways to liberate the country. Along the route, the volunteers organized music performance to raise funds for Agent Orange victims, publicize environment and traffic safety issues, help local people clean up the areas, and presented gifts, computers and books for Agent Orange children and poor students.
As many as 100 paintings made from sand, featuring the life of well-known General Võ Nguyên Giáp, are on display at an exhibition that opened in Ho Chi Minh City on August 8th.
The paintings focus on 6 themes: the general with Điện Biên Phủ, the eldest brother of the army, the great commander-in-chief, the eminent student of President Ho Chi Minh, talent and virtue, and clemency and kindness. Through the sophisticated and unique paintings, the Yilan Sand Painting Company, which created the paintings, wants to extend its sentiments to General Võ Nguyên Giáp on the occasion of his 100th birthday. General Commander of the Vietnam People's Army Võ Nguyên Giáp played a key role in Vietnam's victory in the war against the French and the subsequent American War. He took part in a number of key battles, such as the Border Campaign in the autumn and winter of 1950, the Điện Biên Phủ Battle in 1954, Mậu Thân Uprising in 1968, and the Ho Chi Minh Campaign in 1975. The exhibition will open to visitors until August the 12th and move on to Hanoi from August the 18th to 24th.
4 foreign invested enterprises have been given a license to export rice, the Industry and Trade Deputy Minister said on August 9th.
The foreign companies joined the list of 44 that met the criteria to export rice under the government decree on the management of rice exports. The ministry said 5 more businesses would receive licenses within the next few days, bringing the total to 49, with a total capacity of 7% of the nation's rice export turnover. According to the ministry, Vietnamese exporters who have sufficient capabilities to join the market would be supported to sharpen their competitive edge. According to the Vietnam Food Association, about 70 to 80 of 200 enterprises had met the requirements regarding warehouse, drying machine system, and rice husking machine to export rice.
Cambodia's Prime Minister Hun Sen has sent his congratulations to Yingluck Shinawatra after she was elected by the Thai House of Representatives as the Prime Minister of Thailand.
He said with a shared determination, Cambodia and Thailand would be able to restore the bonds of traditional relations and productive cooperation between the two countries. On August the 8th, hundreds of Cambodian troops were pulled back from the disputed border area with Thailand. The activity was made at the order of Prime Minister Hun Sen following the ruling by the International Court of Justice last month. Cambodia and Thai troops have engaged in many times of fighting since July 2008, when Privia Temple was enlisted as the World Heritage Site. Dozens of troops and civilians of both sides had been killed, and tens of thousands of civilians have fled home for safe shelters.
That comes to the end of our program. Thanks for watching and goodbye.